ఈరోజు క్లాస్ లూప్స్. Loops means iterative statements, right? So we have seen three types of algorithms. I mean, we have seen two types of algorithms so far: sequential, next selective. In sequential, there were no conditions, no jumping statements, etc. Simply line by line execution was done. Next came selective algorithm, where we have seen conditional branching, decision making statements, if statements, which case, and conditional operator statement. So now the third algorithm, repetitive algorithm or iterative algorithm. Okay, iterative statements, loops anamata. Okay, so we have, how many loops we have in Java? I told you already. One is
4.
while loop. Cheppandi. First one is while loop, second one is do while, third one
For.
for loop. Diyana?
No.
Yeah, ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి?
4 ఉన్నాయి.
ఏంటా 4?
మర్చిపోయింది.
మర్చిపోయింది కాదు, మర్చిపోయాను. For each loop. Anyhow, you won't be using for each loop that much, because when you learn collections, you would be using for each loop. Okay, so we call this for each loop. Actually, each is not a keyword, it would be coming this way, ఇలా ఉంటుంటది. సో ఫర్ ఈచ్ లూప్, బట్ రాయడం ఇక్కడ మనం ఫర్ ఈచ్ లూప్ అని రాద్దాం. Okay, so these are the 4 loop statements. Anyhow, we are not gonna learn for each loop now. We shall see it when we enter into collection topic. Actually, collections topic are not included in your syllabus. Anyhow, if we get time, we shall learn. Fine. So what is a loop? Loop is a conditional statement. Okay, because this is also works under condition. If the condition gets true, the loop will be executed, otherwise not. And how the syntax means, of course, you have a loop here, some keyword while or do while or fire for loop, and you have a condition, and of course the body. So this loop will be executed, the body, the statements will be executed when this condition is true. Okay, same like if statements, right? So when the condition is true, the control goes into this body, executes its statements, and comes to the next line. Antena? That is what going to happen, or what? Tell me. మీ సిలో నేర్చుకున్నారు కదా, when control entered into loop body, executed all the 3 statements, and later it will come to the next line, it will execute the remaining code. Is that what going to happen?
నో సార్, అంటిల్ ద మనం ఇచ్చిన దాని వరకు చెక్ చేస్తూ ఉంటది, ఆ తర్వాత అవుతుంది అనుకుంటున్నాను.
The process is, after reaching to the end of the body, the control will again go back to the condition. Okay, when it reaches to the 13th line here, it will go back to the 8th line again. So not like some if statements. In if statements or switch case, when the control entered here, it will comes down. After executing statements, it will come to the remaining statements. But here the loop is going to run until the condition is false. Okay, so అర్థం కాకపోతే యాక్చువల్లీ ఈజీ కదా మీకు. సపోజ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఓకే, నాట్ దిస్, some ఇది loop, we have statements. So what is going to happen here? There is a condition. When the condition is true, it will enter into the body, execute the statements, and after reaching end of the loop, it will go back to the condition again. So దీన్ని loop అంటాం, repetitive tasks. It is not going to come down, it is not going to come out of the body. Loop body ఉంది కదా, it is not going to come out of the body, it will move back to the condition again, and it checks the condition once again. And this process is repeated until the condition is false. That means for the second time also the condition is true. Okay, one more time it is executing the statements. Next it has gone to the condition again. Third time condition is checked. Third time also condition is true. So the statements are going to be executed third time, one more time. And again for the fourth time it will check the condition. And if the fourth time, if it is false, then it will come out of the body. Okay, when the condition is false only, it will come out of the body. Otherwise, every time the condition is true, it is going to execute the statements every time. Okay, if you have idea on the flow chart, let me show you. Suppose we have a, do I have any, yeah, this one. This is the condition, right? So we have a condition here, some condition. Okay, and when this condition is true, and this condition is true, some set of blocks will be executed. Okay, that means the loop body statements, loop statements will be executed. Loop statements will be executed. Actually, it is coming from here, right? This kuda manam mention cheyali. So the flow control is this way. When the condition is entered, some loop condition. Okay, assume for or loop or anything. Now, what is going to happen when the body statements are executed? It is going to go back to the condition once again. That is the process. ఇలాగా తెలుసు కదా ఇది మీకు సిలో నేర్చుకుని ఉంటారు. సో ఈ ఫ్లో కంట్రోల్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇది మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్కి వెళ్తుంది. అగైన్ ద కండిషన్ ఈస్ చెక్డ్ అండ్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ ద కండిషన్ ఇస్ ట్రూ దిస్ ప్రాసెస్ వుడ్ బి రిపీటింగ్. Okay, the statements would be executing, that's it. And when does this going to be stopped? Okay, la tirugutu untadi. When it is going to stop? When the condition is false. We have two cases, right? One is true, one is false. For true it is going to happen, and when it is false, the control will come out of the body. Okay, ante ikkadiki vachi ఇక్కడ రిమైనింగ్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇన్ యువర్ ఫ్లో చార్ట్ యూ యూజ్ ఇట్ టు జాయిన్ దీస్ టూ లైన్స్, రైట్? అది రాంగ్, రైటా రాంగా? పక్కా రాంగ్ అది. వెన్ యూ జాయిన్ ద టూ లైన్స్ రిమైనింగ్ కోడ్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యాపెన్ వెన్ ద కండిషన్ ఈస్ ఫాల్స్. ఓన్లీ వెన్ ద కండిషన్ ఈస్ ఫాల్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు కమ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద లూప్. ఓకే, ఇవి పెట్టడం మర్చిపోకుండా. పైకి వెళ్తున్నా కిందకి వెళ్తున్నా తెలియదు కదా. ఓకేనా? సో లిజన్,
సార్ మరి ఎగ్జిట్ ఎప్పుడు వెళ్తుంది సార్? అది
ఇదేగా
ఇప్పుడు అంటే రిమైనింగ్ కోడ్ కింద ఎగ్జిట్ ఇస్తాము. మరి లూప్ బాడీ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఎగ్జిట్ కి ఎలా వెళ్తాయి జాయిన్ చేయకపోతే?
Loop body statements exited, Amai. Listen, here you have 3 lines, right? 3 lines of code, assume 3 lines of code. So when the condition is true, these 3 lines are executed. After that, it is going back to the loop condition again. So exit statement is this is only. Exit statement is this is only. After the 3 lines are executed, in the loop body, some 3 lines unnaya. After KK is implemented, it is reached to the end of the loop. So end of the loop means it will go back to the 8th line again. సో దీనికి ఇక్కడ ఉండదు. సపోజ్ నువ్వు ఇలా జాయిన్ చేసావు అనుకో, దీని అర్థం ఏంటి? మీరు ఎలా జాయిన్ చేస్తారు? ఇలా జాయిన్ చేస్తారా? ఇలాగా బుల్షిట్. ఇదేంటిది అసలు? ఇలా ఎందుకు వస్తుంది ఇది? The loop is going to come out of the body when the condition is false. ఈ పాయింట్ నుండే ఇక్కడ ఫాల్స్ అయినప్పుడే వస్తుంది తప్ప ఇలా చేసి రాదు. లిజన్, నువ్వు ఇలా కలిపావు కదా, వాట్ డస్ దట్ మీన్స్ after KK is executed, when it is reached to the end of the loop body, now it is coming here. Adi wrong kada. It is not going to happen anytime. After KK, this line 12th line is executed, and when it reaches 13th line, it will go to the 8th line, and when the condition is false, from here it will reach to the end of the code, skipping all these statements. But ఇలా 12th 13th 14th వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ ఉందా? నో వే. సో ఈ లైన్ రాదు. ఓన్లీ ఈ కండిషన్ పార్ట్ నుండే వస్తుంది. క్లియరా అందరికి? సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ ద లూప్ is going to work. When the condition, of course it is going to check the condition every time. When the condition is true, the loop body is going to executed. After executing, it is not going to come out of the body. It will once again reach to the condition. So every time after executing the statements, it will go back to the condition again and again. And every time the condition is true, the statements are going to be executed. And when the condition is false only, it will come from 8th line to 14th line. That's it. Okay, so this now we shall see the syntax of while loop. Of course, the working is same for all the 3 loops, only syntax is different. Now we shall start with while loop. Just like if and condition, and body, we will have while in place of if. That's it. While is the keyword. In the parenthesis, we have condition. And when the condition is true, control enters into the body, execute the statements. After executing all the statements, it goes back to the condition part again. So this process is repeated, and when the condition is false, comes out of the body. Comes out of the body kaadu, it will do not enter the body. Go to the remaining statements exact ga cheppalante. Okay, fine. Now the question is when to use loop. So program chedam. Program kaadu, just example. Display text Joshma 100 times. Display me the text Joshma 100 times. So if I want to display the text, some public static void main or some just a loop, not only main, any function, any method. Okay, some display function. I'm going to write the code system dot out dot system dot out dot println of into spelling mistakes. Println of some, what is the text? Joshma. Okay, fine. One time the text is printed. If I want to display it second time, again I have to write the same code, right? Ilaga, I need to display the same text 100 times. 100 times. Leda, you can add slash and backslash and write the text Joshma. Backslash and write the text Joshma. In this way, you can write any number of times. This is also work, but this is not recommended, right? Why? For this purpose only, we have loops. So instead of writing the statement, instead of mentioning the text 100 times, you could just display one statement to display the text Joshma and make this statement run 100 times. Okay, we want some text to display for 100 times. So writing the code to display 100 times is not recommended. Simply write the code to display one time and make this code run 100 times. Okay, so that is what we are going to see. So take a loop and repeat the loop for 100 times. Okay, insert this into loop body. So now what is going to happen? This loop is going to be executed 100 times. That means the statements inside the loop are going to be executed 100 times. That means this printing statement is going to be executed 100 times. That means we are getting our desired output. That is the text Joshma for 100 times. Simple, right? This is the process. Okay, but now the question is how to make the loop execute these many number of times. How to make the loop execute some n number of times. Okay, మీ ఇష్టం n number of times as per your requirement. So చెప్పండి దీనికి ఆన్సర్. సిలో నేర్చుకున్నారు కదా మీరు. How to make a loop repeat 100 number of times.
Condition.
Initialization.
Yeah. So three things ఉంటాయి. 3 parts may depend on ఉంటుంది. It is dependent on 3 parts. To make some loop run some number of times, 3 parts are important. One is initialization part. Yes. Next one is condition part. Okay. And the third one is updation part. Updation means either increment or decrement or something, anything. Okay, increment or decrement part. So initialization means, suppose I have taken an increment variable I equals to 1. This is initialization. Now based on this I only, I am going to make my loop run these many number of times. The process is I take I value 1. Now I'll keep on incrementing I value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. And I'll put a condition here, I less than or equals to 100. That means I would be, I mean, this condition will be true until I value is 100. So initially it is 1. 1 less than 100, true, right? Yes, it is going to execute. Next, if I just put 1 itself and I do not increment it, for every time the I value is going to be 1 only. So it is never going to become another number. It is never going to change its value. Therefore, every time the I value is going to be 100 only. This will generate me infinite loops. So let us see. Let us see the infinite loops. What does that mean? Okay. దీన్ని మళ్ళీ కోడ్ రాయాలా? అక్కడ బ్యాలెన్స్లో రాసేద్దాం. Just copy. Comment. Take rasta. So I have taken an increment variable I equals to 1. I is less than 100. So this is initialization. Clear? And this is condition. The condition is it has to be true or false. And we need true, right? We want the condition to be true. How many number of times? For 100 number of times, the condition has to be true. So I have given I less than or equals to 100. Yes, it is true. So it is going to print it. But I have forgotten to change the I value. So what is going to happen? It is going to enter into indefinite loop. Okay, loop kada, while kada, sorry. While, take while or for. This is syntax for while loop. Okay, so now let us see. That's it, Jashma, coloring chestnudi. Control C. Right, coaches. So this is what going to happen. Of course, you have given an initialize condition and initialize statement and condition, but forgot to change it. So how to change it? Here I want the loop to be run for 100 times. So I'll keep incrementing I value 1 by 1. That is I equals to I plus 1 or simply I plus plus. So what is going to happen? This is incrementation, right? So initially I is 1. Next it is 2. Next it is 3, 4, 5. So every time 1 to 100, this condition is true, and 100 times this statement will be printed. And when this condition, when it becomes 101, and after 100, when this I value becomes 101, then it has to be false. So up to false బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది. అర్థమైందా? We want here the loop to run for 100 times. Therefore, the initialization and the condition and the incrementation is important. Based on these three only, the loop is going to be executed some number of times as per your requirement. Clear కదా? నాకు తెలిసి మీకు ఆల్రెడీ వచ్చి ఐడియా ఉంది కాబట్టి అర్థమైపోద్ది. కొత్తగా విన్నోడికి అర్థం కాదు. Okay, fine. Now change in the question. I do not want Jashma string. I simply want 1 to 100. I want the numbers to be printed 1 to 100. Okay, simply display me numbers 1 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Chapandi em cheyali? If I want
I ni print cheyali.
Yes, exactly. So here we need to change the statement, printing statement. Previously we wanted some text, right? But here we want numbers, and the numbers are changing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this way, I want the output to be displayed. So instead of writing 1 or 2 or 3, anything, you can simply mention I value here, because the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 100 are going to be come into I, right? So simply put I here. That's it. అంతే ప్రింట్ అయిపోయి. Okay, I don't want new line. If I want everything should be in side by side. So I పెట్టండి, concatenate చేయండి, concatenate with some space. That's it. I want the output to displayed horizontally, not vertically. So mention print here. It is going to print in the same line, but we need some space, right? Therefore, I concatenate space. Space is a string, right? That's it. Kada? La. Okay, next. Now, I want to display only even numbers from 1 to 100. Even numbers 1 to 100. చెప్పండి.
I plus 2.
Divide.
I equals to I plus 2. Okay, fine. So instead of incrementing I value by 1, you could simply increment the I value by 2. Initially it is 1, right? Even numbers. So therefore you take this as 2. Even number starts with 2 only. Mute పెట్టండి ఎవరది? Mute it. Okay, even number starts with 2, right? So take the initialization as 2. Condition up to 100. I mean, put the condition less than or equals to 100. But here incrementation should be 2 values plus. So instead of I plus plus, simply make I equals to I plus 2. So here the incrementation is done by incrementing 2 values, not just 1 value. So what is going to happen? This loop is going to be repeated 50 times this time. Only 50 times. So all the time we are printing I value. So 2, 4, 6, in that way the output is going to come. That's it, all even numbers. Okay, side కి వెళ్తుంది, వెళ్తే మీకు తెలుస్తుంది. Got it? Next, the question is display numbers divisible by. No, before that, let me display. Now Joshma is going to answer. Display 100 to 1, reverse flow, not 1 to 100, but 100 to 1. Tell me, Joshma, how to display numbers 100 to 1. వెళ్ళిపోయిందా అమ్మాయి? రోజు ఇంతే క్లాస్.
ఉన్నాను.
చెప్పు.
చెప్తాను, చూపించండి అది.
Display 100 to 1. ఇది ఓ మై గాడ్, ఇక్కడ కూడా నువ్వు మీ ఫ్రెండ్ అడిగితే నాకు కనబడదా, నాకు వినబడదా జాష్వా?
నేను ఎవరిని అడిగా? నేను నాలో నేను మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నా.
అవునా, సరే చెప్పు. So listen here, 100 to 1, right? So initialization should be 100. Initialization should be 100, and 100 to 1 means the value need to be decremented, not incremented. Okay, so here I minus minus. Initially 1 to 100 means we have taken the first value as 1 and we kept on incrementing it by 1 value. But here the initialization should be 100 and it has to be decremented 1 by 1. So 100, 99, 98, 97 in that way. But what would be the condition here? If I give like this, it is going to be false for the first time itself. Here the condition should be false when the value is 100, when the value is 99, 98, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. For all these values the condition should be true, and after 1, when it reaches to 0, then it has to be false. Okay, therefore you should give I value greater than 0. So 100, 99, 50, 40, 30, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. For all these values, the condition will be true, right? Up to 1. 1 is greater than 0. And when it is decremented further, 0 will come. 0 greater than 0, it will be false. That's it. 100, 99, 98, like this. Okay, Clara. Now, display me numbers divisible by 5, 3 and 5. 5 up to 100. So this time the question is different. Display numbers divisible by 3 to 5, 3 and 5. 3 and 5 up to 100. Display numbers divisible by 3 and 5 up to 100. Now tell me, ఎవరు చెప్తారు?
If condition.
If condition, okay. Tell me, where do we need to add if condition?
Above system dot out dot print.
Okay, tell me
If I modulus
if I modulus of
3
3
equal to 0
equals to 0.
and or
Very good.
or symbol.
Very good. No, actually and only. 3
And
and 5. That means 15, 30 like that. So and
bracket.
లే చెప్పు.
Okay. I modulus 5 equal to 0.
That's it. Very good. So initially the value should be 1 and the condition should be less than or equals to how much? 100. Up to 100 we are going to check, right? Therefore less than or equals to 100. And every time the value should be incremented, not decremented. From 1 to 100 it has to be incremented, and you need to print the I value when it is satisfying this condition only. Okay, so point is when the I is divisible by 3 and I is divisible by 5. Suppose we got 1 here. 1 divisible by 3, no. Next 2 false, and the next 3 true, and 3 divisible by 3, yes, true. But 3 is not divisible by 5, false. Therefore it is not going to be executed. We know, right? Logical operations, logical operator, and this is logical and means the both conditions should be true. The two conditions should be true, then only the whole condition will be true. So for 3 this one is true but this one is false. Next 4 4 false. Next 5, this condition will be false, so it is it is not going to check this. Even if it is checked, this one is false, right? So you can ignore that. Next 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. When 15 came, 15 divisible by 3, yes, true. And 15 divisible by 5, true. So both the condition are true here. When I value is 15, then the control enters into if body, prints it, and increments the next value. Listen, I did not give body here for if body, because you know, right? When there is only one statement, the braces are optional for if bodies and while bodies also. Okay, that's it. 15, 30, 40, 60, 70, 90, 75, 90. Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
12 4 అయింది. పర్ఫెక్ట్ నెంబర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చెప్పనా లేక ఆపేనా? హలో.
చెప్పండి సార్.
Okay, so next one is we shall going to see whether a number is perfect or not. Okay, so listen, a number is perfect when do you say a number is perfect? When the suppose there is a number n and there will be factors of n, right? The factors of n, that is 1 to some n itself, there will be some factors. Now you need to suppose this is factor 1, next some factor 2, next factor 3, and so on, and n itself is a factor of it. Avuna kada? N itself is a factor of it. Suppose there is a 10 factors are 1, 2, 5 and 10, right? So you first need to find the factors of 10. Now you sum them. Okay, take a number as input, find the factors of the number, but ignore the n value. Okay, listen, n itself is a factor of n, but you need not to sum it, you can simply ignore it. Okay, so find the factors, store them in, add them and put them in somewhere sum. Now we can call the number as perfect when n is equals to sum. Okay, when the sum of its factors ignoring the number itself will produce the number itself is a perfect number. అర్థం కాలేదు కదా. Suppose here we have 6. 6 factors ఏంటి? 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor, 4 factora కాదు, 5 factora కాదు, 6 factora yes 6 factor. Can we are ignoring the n value, right? Ignore the number itself. Okay, so only these are the factors. Now add them. 1 plus 2 plus 3 anta 6 వస్తుంది. Sum anta 6, n anta 6. So when the sum is equals to the number itself, it is a perfect number. అర్థమైందా? హలో, క్వశ్చన్
Yes, sir.
అఫ్ కోర్స్ మీ అందరికి తెలిసిందే. సో లెట్ us see. Now we shall write a program for this. చెప్పండి. First we need to write an input, right? First we need to ask him to enter. So let me remove this comment and put the comment here. ఓకేనా, ఓ పని చేద్దాం, రిమూవ్ ఆల్ దిస్ థింగ్. ఇక్కడ దాకా కట్. ఇక్కడెక్కడో పేస్ట్ చేశాను. ఓకే, so scanner SQ, new scanner. Next comes enter a number. We need to ask him to enter a number. Okay, ask the user to enter number. Enter for what number he wants to check whether it is perfect or not. Okay, now we shall read it into, let me remove all this. We shall read it into some variable n. Int n equals to s dot next int. Okay, so now input is ready, you need to process. Now tell me how to check whether the number is perfect or not. What I am going to do is, here, one second, here we have n, right? N value. Okay, for this n value we need to find the factors. So find the factors of n value. What are the factors here? Any number of factors up to 1 to n, not n, n minus 1, up to 1 to n minus 1, you need to check for the factors. Therefore I would take this into loop. Ana kada, take these numbers into loop, because every time you cannot check, right? Suppose I have n, right? If you need to check if n is divisible by 1 or not. N is divisible by 1 or not. 1 అయితే sum equals to sum plus 1. Next the same thing, if n divided by 2 or not. In this way you need to check for each number or not, and when it is true, when it is divisible by that particular number, you need to add that, sorry, 2 ilaga, right? But it's a long process. But if the number is 100, if the number is 1000, you cannot write, right? You cannot actually, first of all, you cannot guess what the value of n is going to be. That is why we need to take loop. Okay, so just this process, if n is divisible by some number, which number? The I. So take the 1 to n values, 1 to n minus values into I. Okay, the process I equals to 1 to n. So take these values into I. Initially int I equals to 1. Now take a loop while, so initialization is 1, and up to what point we need to take the loop? Up to n minus 1. Okay, up to n minus 1. Therefore the condition would be I less than n. Okay, previously we have seen up to 100. When we required up to 100, we have given I equals to 100, I less than or equals to 100, right? Previously we have seen I less than or equals to 100, but here I want up to n value. We do not know what the number is, but up to n value, but not up to n 1 less than n, because we are going to ignore the value, right? Because the perfect number ignores the number itself. So up to n minus 1, I less than n means I n minus 1. Now loop body. So now check if the n is divisible by I or not. If n is divisible by I, that means suppose assume n is 6. 6 is divisible by 1. Initially I is 1, right? Yes. If 6 is divisible by 1, add it to sum. Sum equals to sum plus what? I value. That's it. And of course, you need to increment I value. Otherwise, it is going to be 1 all the time. So initial I is 1, next it is going to be 2. Initially I2, next I2, next it will be 3. And next it will be 4, 5, 6, and up to n minus 1. Every time we are checking, we are dividing it by n and checking whether it is a factor or not. If it is a factor only, you add it to the sum. Otherwise, ignore. So the if else, simple if. Okay, there is no else part, simple if, because when it is not a factor, we are going to do nothing. When it is factor only, you are going to perform some addition operation. So only simple if is required. And of course, there is only one statement. I did not give body. There is no body means only this single statement is belonging to this body, right? If body. Okay, so this is the code. So let us see. For 6, assume n is 6. So initial I is 1. 6 divided by 1, true. Sum will be given 0. So take sum also. Sum. Okay. So sum will be 0 initially. 0 plus 1. Doesn't it occur error వస్తుంది? Let me compile. You have to tell me what error it is. Variable sum might not have been initialized. మీరు కరెక్ట్గా జావా వినుంటే నాకు ఈ ఎర్రర్ చెప్పండి. What is this error? Variable sum might not have been initialized.
Sum ki 0
Sum is
initialized
equals to 0.
Yeah, because local variables default assignment is not there, right? Here we have 3 variables, totally 4 variables: s, n, I, sum. For s we have initialized something, some object. For n we are taking an input value, that is n is also initialized. For I we are initializing it to 1. But did we initialize anything to sum? No. But without initializing, without value, we are going to perform some operation. And there is no default assignment for local variables. Therefore, it is producing error. So initialize something to 0. 0 plus 1, 1. Next I plus 2. Now 2 will be divided by n. Sorry, n will be divided by 2. And when it is true, it will be added to sum. Next 3. 6 divided by 3, true. Added to sum. Next 4. 6 divided by 4, no. So it will not be added this time. Next 5. 6 divided by 5, no. It will not be added. And next 6 of this, 6 less than 6 false. బయటకు వస్తుంది. బయటకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత after the process is done, now check if sum is equals to n. Yes, if the sum is equals to the given value, then it is a perfect number. Otherwise not. This condition is true, that is the sum we got is equal to the number itself, then it is a perfect number. Else part, here we will have else part. The sum is not equals to n, it's not perfect. That's it. Compile, run. Enter a number 6, perfect number. n, not a perfect number. Okay, అర్థమైంది కదా? ఇలా ఇది కూడా ఓన్గా చేసుకోండి. ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్ అయిన తర్వాత పేపర్ ఓపెన్ చేసి లేదా తర్వాత అయినా ఓన్గా రాయడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ఓకే, అలాగే తర్వాత పర్ఫెక్ట్ నెంబర్ కాకుండా ప్రైమ్ నెంబర్స్ ఇలాంటివి ఉంటాయి, అవి కూడా ట్రై చేయండి.